For any teacher to get a better job, a better salary abroad as an ESL teacher will definitely depends on your resume or your CV, your introduction video, and the interview. You know, my last video, I did everything I can to explain what you should do when you are preparing for your introduction video. So for today, let's talk about during the interview. What should you do during the interview? And what should you expect during the interview? What are the things to say during the interview? And what are the things not to say during the interview? Please, if today is your first time here on this channel, my name is Jeffrey. I'm the founder of this channel. On this channel, I try to educate my followers where to travel to, which country is the best option, what to do and what not to do. Either been going to study, going to give birth abroad, and going to work. Okay, so today let's talk about the interview. Most of the schools abroad will definitely give you an interview before they are going to hire you. Even though you have sent them your resume, your introduction video, and everything. During my last video, there was one thing I should have told you guys. Before you do your, your introduction video, if you are a teacher back home, either being in Africa, in Asia, in Middle East, wherever you are, try your best to have a video of you in a class wherever you are teaching. If you can sit down your case and try to teach them as a teacher and make a video of that, is very beneficial, so that they can see your potential, they can see what you can do in the classroom. You can just sacrifice to go to any school, if you know any school where you are living in your community or in your society, and ask them to offer you the chance, to go to the classroom, prepare any lesson. You are going to do that for free, but it's going to benefit you. And make a video of that. When you have a video of that and you attach that to your resume, your introduction video, is gonna push you to get a better salary. That is very, very important. That is one thing I always tell my friends who wanna travel to abroad to teach as an ESL teacher. If you wanna be a coach or whatever, try to have a video of that, which is very, very important. Okay, so today let's talk about the interview. What should you expect during the interview? Most of the time, the interview is gonna be held by the school, the agent, and maybe the some investors or whatever, or the supervisors in that particular school. So mostly you're gonna do it online. Either if you have your WeChat or your Skype or your Zoom, they're gonna do it there. And during this interview, most of the times, they will not even show their face. They're just gonna ask you some questions, or maybe one person will show his or her face, and the rest they won't, because the secret here is not most of the bosses here in China can speak English. So either the HR or the supervisors can speak English, and then they cannot show their face. They will just look at you, how you speak. Definitely when you are speaking, even though they cannot speak English, but they can know like you are an English speaking person. You can speak English. So that is one point. So don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Don't feel peeled. If not like that, they will see like, oh, this person is frustrated, and for that they're gonna take that opportunity, not to give you a better salary. So feel free, give out your best, and I'll tell you, take a good sleep and prepare yourself before the interview. When you wake up before the interview, get some coffee to drink and either tea or whatever. Be energetic and prepare for the interview. It's not going to be hard. Having the interview is one of the easiest of it all. So here it goes. They'll call you, and then when they call you, mostly last year I had like about almost getting to 50 interviews before I chose the job I'm doing right now. Firstly, they will just ask you to introduce yourself, even though they have your introduction video. So try to make it short, because the interview is not going to last for a long time. Make it short, yourself, like your experience and like the things you're going to do. And secondly, most of the times they're gonna ask you. That is why I said attach your video if you have taught before, or if you can volunteer and teach in a class and have that video. They're gonna ask you to teach for them to see. Even if they are not gonna ask you to do that, after the video you can tell them, oh, you can teach for them to see. If you know that, you can do that. But if you are shy, don't do that. So make sure you have your flashcards, as I said during the what you call the introduction video. Have some of your flashcards, or have some fruit, or maybe some veggies, or you're gonna use it to teach, maybe, or prepare a topic in your mind if you're going to have the interview for what you call middle school or the university. So when you prepare that, be ready, because after the introduction they're gonna ask you if you can, if you can teach for them to see. Okay, so if they ask you that, then try to is like if they are smaller case, let them know how you can handle case, and how you can let them sit down. So you can say, hello case, maybe sit up, right? Okay, maybe eyes on teacher Jeffrey, or whoever you are. And then you have to let them know, okay, today we are going to learn about feelings. Okay, so I have happy, sad, sleepy here. Okay, and for the primary school, or the the kindergarten and the training centers, as I said, they have local teacher there. So you have to involve, okay, local teacher, can you ask me, maybe Jeffrey, how are you? Then you respond, okay, I'm happy, I'm sleepy, I'm sad. Even if you don't have the flashcard, you can just use your expression to do that. Or you can just use like fruit and prepare flashcard, or the original fruit. You can go and buy that for the interview during. Okay, so after you finish the teaching stuff and everything, mostly they have already sent you either the contract to see, or you have a tip from the agent, or like you saw it from either Facebook or LinkedIn, the amount of salary they are going to pay. So mostly they will not say, okay, we are going to pay $1,000. They will say like $1,000 to maybe $2,000, right? Okay, this is one of the secrets I want to tell you. The amount they said they're gonna pay, try to say, oh, if they say they were going to pay $2,000, tell them, okay, they ask you, how much are you expecting? They say, oh, for me, I was expecting to get like $2,200. That was like, maybe they said they're gonna pay like $2,000 maximum. So you were expecting to get like $2,200, but you are available to accept whatever they gonna give it to you. So okay, they said, okay, the maximum salary you can give you is maybe $2,000. Okay, no problem. I love your school, or whatever. I can take it, but don't try to let them know like you're gonna accept like that $2,000. Let them know your value, so that you can negotiate very well, for the salary. Okay, you said $2,200, so we are sorry, we cannot give you that. We can give you like $1,500. You can say, oh, please, then can you just make it like $1,800, just like the salary I'm getting now. Maybe you are getting less there, but let them know like, oh, this is what I'm getting now, 1,800. I'm just choosing any figures, so that is not the exact amount they're gonna pay you. But you can say, oh, okay, please, can I get like 1,500 as the money earning here? But don't speak a lot about the money, when they see that they're gonna give up or something like that, if the interview what you did wasn't very good, but if you did everything well, then you can just take your time. Okay, sorry, we cannot give you 1,500, we can give you like 1,400. Okay, can it be like 1,450? They said, oh no, any amount counts, So 1,400 is, oh no, that is the last part. We can, okay, please we make it 1,410 or whatever. Thank you so much. Yeah, just like that, So after the what they call the salary part and everything, they're gonna ask you whenever you can come to the school. If you're already in that country, either you are already in Vietnam or in Cambodia or in Thailand or in China, then you should be available that time to move any moment from that, and then you can tell them the time you can either move, and during your interview, there's one thing you shouldn't let them know. Don't show them about your religion, either being a Christian, a Muslim, Buddhist, whatever. Don't put that, because most of the schools, they don't like that. It's an institution, So please, during that time, don't mention whatever you think you should mention. It's not good it's not gonna help you for the interview, and don't let them know like the things you like and the things you don't like, it's also not good. Okay, I don't like this case, I like that, I like blah blah blah. No, don't mention that during the interview. And one of the critical things they're going to ask you, okay, what will you do if you're having a class like maybe kindergarten, and two kids are crying, they don't want to sit the class? What will you do? If you haven't watched my video about teaching the kindergarten, the things to expect, everything, the pros and cons, please go and watch that. In that video, I said in the kindergarten, they have like two more local teachers to help you. So you can say, okay, you speak to the local teacher to help you, since there are a lot of cases you have to focus on. If you put like much of your attention on that kid or those kids, is gonna affect the class. And then if the teacher helps, and like the kids are still crying, if you have some gifts like maybe fruit or candies, you try to give it to the kid, or give it to the teacher to give it to the kid. And if the kid is still crying, you maybe ask the teacher to take the kid out, to play with the kid, so that the kid will feel good and later come back to the class, so that it won't affect other kids. This is for the kindergartens, the preschools, and the training centers. Okay, so they can ask you if like it's for middle school and the universities, or maybe the international schools. They will ask you, how about you come to a class and there is one kid who is very naughty, throwing things, and saying bad words towards you, whatever. What will you do during the class? Sometimes some teachers, we are humans, so sometimes you get mad and do that, but that is not the time to let them know you get mad and you also retaliate or something like that. So you tell them like you try to tell the kid to be polite and sit upright, and sorry if you say something and he or she is mad, for the kid to sit upright. Okay, aside that, you try not to focus much on that kid, so that it won't affect other kids. And what you do is that you're gonna try to report the kid to the supervisors or the head of that class teacher, so that after that they can counsel, give the kid some counseling, or call their parents to come to school for them to speak to the kid. Handle this situation when they ask you this. Handle it very well for them to know like you are okay to handle case and so on, so that they will feel good, like, oh, this teacher is, good. And you can even give them an example that, oh, this experience, I had it, I experienced it before when I was teaching at this school, teaching that, for them to know that it's not your first time going to do that. Okay. So the reason why I even said don't mention about the religion or the religious things over there um, during this interview. They can even ask you, okay, in the school we mostly prepare pork or something, and we know Muslims don't eat pork. So if you come and we have prepared pork, we know you are not going to eat or something. What do? You say, oh, it's not a problem because my school they also prepare those things, but mostly I'm a good chef, so I will prepare my food and mostly take it to school. Other things for you not to have a problem. They just want to see that they have something that will make you mad and don't come to school or whatever. So just try to attend the interview very well, dress nice and be happy everything they will say. And just like even we colored persons, sometimes you go to class and some kids will be calling you monkey. They will ask you, what do you do when a kid call you monkey? You will, for me now, I would say, oh no, I will not do anything because the kid, he or she doesn't know anything or doesn't know whatever he or she is saying. So I'll focus on the most of the case, and after class I will just let the kid know I'm not a monkey, I'm a teacher, and he or she should just make sure to be polite in the class during class. And I'll tell the local teachers, or maybe tell the supervisor or the boss to speak to their parents so that it will help. These are the things you should be prepared for the interview. And after that, they're gonna send you your contract. If they have sent you before, or they're gonna send it to you after your your interview. Sometimes they will send it to you, and what you requested during the interview, they have changed it in the contract. So make sure you give it back to them and tell them, oh, this was what we said during the interview, so please can you check it and do it. There are a lot of things about the contract. So if you haven't checked my video about ESL contracts, either being in China, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, mostly they are all similar. Please go and check that video about contracts, okay? And check it and make sure like everything in the contract is something you requested for. So that if something is in the contract, they sent it to you and it's not okay, you can let them change it. And the last one is, can you have as many as interviews as you want? Yeah, you can have, like, as I said earlier, I had almost 50 interviews, You can have like 1,000 interviews. If you don't like it, have more, Because one thing is that the more you have the interviews, the more you're gonna be experienced in handling that. And the more you're gonna know about the office. But don't try to give your passport and everything to the school you don't like, because immediately they start processing your work visa, the other school cannot process it for you. They have only one system for the work permit. So if you give your particulars, your documents to the first school to start your documents and they start processing it, the next school cannot. So what about if you don't like the interview, but you want to keep them and see what will happen next? They send you the contract, you said okay, good, you will sign it and send it back to them, so you can just sign and send it to them, and they will ask for your documents. Okay, I don't have scanned copies, so I'll go and prepare and send it to you guys, so you can wait and finish the other interview and you can compare, and know which one is good for you. But please don't send them your documents first if you don't like that school or if you don't like that offer. If not, it's gonna affect you. You cannot apply for the new one. So this is everything you need to know and expect during the interview. It's not hard because one, most of them they cannot speak English well. They cannot even understand you very well. So you have to be slow and speak very well for them to understand everything you're gonna say during the interview. And it's so fun to have the interview and it's so lovely. One last thing I'll tell you is that before you have the interview, if it's in China, try to learn at least two phrases, to say during the interview. Like you can say "Ni hao, daja," like hello everyone. Even during your, what do you call it, during your introduction video, add that "Ni hao, daja" if it's in Spanish, "Hola amigos" or whatever, and you start, to speak, so that they know like you are willing to learn that culture. You are willing to learn their language and everything. So add that one to it, and it will help you. That is all for today. Please, if today is your first time here, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, hit the notification button, and like this video. Comment below if I did explain everything you need to prepare and expect during your interview. And don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends. I really appreciate everything. Next video, let me teach you guys how to find a job either in China, Vietnam, or Cambodia. I'm gonna guide you, so please stay tuned and watch that video next. Really appreciate everything. Bye bye. Sai Jin. Ciao ciao. See you next time. Bye bye.